Regina, would you please talk a little bit about the role of faith in people's lives?
2 Corinthians 5:7 says that we're to walk by faith, not by sight. So basically, in the very broadest sense of the word, living and walking by faith means that you don't know where you're going. Take, for example, Moses leading the Israelites out of captivity in Egypt into the wilderness. Now, I'm sure that none of them had any idea that they were going to be in that wilderness for 40 years. But at the time, they were following the leading of God. And there were many questions that were unanswered. And as they stayed in the desert, in that wilderness, waiting on God, there was a cloud that would appear by day and a pillar of fire at night. And so Moses would rally the Israelites to follow the cloud or to follow the pillar of fire, not knowing where they were going, where they would land, or how they would provide for themselves once they got there. Now, for some of us, we would like a bit more detail before we're going to strike out and just follow the leading or the prompting of the Holy Spirit. But oftentimes that's not part of what God provides. He places a call, he puts a desire, and the person has the choice in that moment as to whether or not they're going to leave what's familiar, maybe what's comfortable, and move out into the unknown. Now, one of the things that is going on currently is that God is moving the pieces and the players all around. He's moving people to new states. He's moving people into new careers, people starting new jobs, people stepping into marriages. There's all kinds of movement taking place. And for each person, maybe there isn't a lot of certainty about what comes next. Joshua 1:9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And so know that faith is an essential piece of fully embracing the intimacy and the communion that we can have with God. There is a level of trust that knows even though we don't know, we know the one that does. Emerging out of some of the challenges and changes that have taken place over this last year, God may be calling some of you to take a leap of faith. Some of you were given a call early on in life that has yet to be fulfilled. Perhaps you even walked away from it, turned your back on it, thinking that maybe that was just a strange moment, a spiritual event. But what you see now is that you're feeling a tug on your heart to become a missionary or to become a pastor or to sell what you have and move into a simpler life so that you can serve in the areas that you're passionate about, that are meaningful to you. The challenges of the last year really gave everyone an opportunity to reconsider their priorities, to take a closer look at what is meaningful and what they really want to invest their time and their energy and their resources in going forward. And so, as the Holy Spirit starts to move in your heart and your life, faith requires that you don't know all the answers. But if it's Him and you begin to take steps and explore the area, the need, the people group, that career path, that passion, He will clarify things as you move forward with Him. So much so that you may find yourself coming across people, coming across opportunities, coming across skills and talents and abilities that God has placed in you that you had forgotten about or never fully committed yourself to pursue. Some people, their own insecurities and their own self-doubts derailed a plan of God for them to sing, for them to lead worship, for them to learn an instrument, for them to learn a new language, for them to explore a different culture. The passions of God are deep and they are varied, and He has people that He loves dearly that He is wooing into these new arenas, into these new areas where they will find a fulfillment and a plan and a purpose that goes beyond their wildest imaginings. And so as we walk by faith, we look for those moments when the Holy Spirit nudges us to leap, knowing that He does not call us to anything that He doesn't provide us with the abilities, the talents, the resources, and the direction, the Spirit of God Himself, to see it through. So how far do you want to go with the Spirit of God? How do you want to see this next chapter of your life play out? Will it be living fully, passionately, fervently, full of the love of God and willing to pay the price? Or will you limit your prayers, asking Him that your life be easy, convenient, and comfortable? Realize that the adventure He is calling you to, whether it's a nudge to explore a new church or a new career path, to let go of the hurts of the past and explore opportunities for a healthy relationship, possibly marriage. Realize that as you do that, you are walking by faith. You are putting your life in the hands of the one who loves you completely, and He will show you the way so that you become all that you can be, all that you're intended to be, as His perfect plan unfolds in every area of your life. Faith is the key, and it always requires risk in not knowing, and questions that may go unanswered.